This is an interview I did with Sara Kunz right at the start of the pandemic. So I believe this was right around the time we were being told to stay put for 2 weeks, and we all know how that turned out. On that note, enjoy the video.
Woo, she's amazing! Wow! Woo! Woo! Hey, man! Nice to...
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Here, take. Oh, yep. It's really interesting for me to see all of the jokes and satire that we are using to cope with our new reality is based off of like fomite or surface contact about the virus. At the time, I don't think masks were on anyone's mind, let alone distance, which is why we're comfortable sitting in a room together.
Very important.
Close the curtain.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are.
My name is Sara Kunz. You just call me Sara. I'm from the Big Island of Hawaii, and I'm a professional street performer.
Woo! So tell us a little bit about your work, your show.
So I do a one-woman show called the Flyin Hawaiian show, which is kind of like a Hawaiian vacation combined with a free-range circus and a lot of dad jokes. So I do contortion and hula hooping, a lot of audience interaction, and then I climb up a 10-foot tall coconut tree and do a silly trick.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tell us what you do now.
Great question. So just to give context to people who aren't performers, as of, a few days ago, in Massachusetts alone, everything is closed down. Restaurants, bars, Fanuel Hall, which is my main workspace, is also closed. Anywhere I teach Circus is also closed. So to answer your question, what I'm doing now is a lot of admin and a lot of projects that I didn't have time for.
So like writing emails.
Yeah, writing emails. There's a few creative projects that I've always kind of put off, and now I feel forced to do them. Because what else am I gonna do?
Since we're on the topic of work, tell us about what's the biggest gig that you had canceled recently?
It's actually a really big one. So you might have heard of Glastonbury Festival. It's one of the biggest music festivals in the world. This year is their 50th anniversary. Paul McCartney's going there. A bunch of super secret lineups were arranged, and I got the email yesterday that the gig is off. So that was my biggest gig that got canceled.
So the entire festival's canceled?
The entire festival is done.
Now we talked a little bit before the interview. You live at home.
I do live in a home. Yes. I'm not homeless.
Street performers live at home just like the rest of us.
Yeah, a 2-bedroom in fact, by myself. Hey,
Yes, a 2-bedroom by
not
yourself.
By myself, yeah.
But
So I had 2 performer friends visiting. Both were on their way to another gig when at my place. Both of their gigs got canceled. One of those performer friends has now gone. He went back to his place. And then the other performer friend lives in Europe. And so when the gig got canceled, he was gonna go home, but if he went home to his 70-year-old plus parents, not only would he be in quarantine for 2 weeks, but he might be giving COVID to them without knowing. So I have a roommate now.
yay!
Yeah.
So how can you maintain Berg a light?
Let me see. This is what happens when I write the notes. How can you maintain, being a light. Corona times.
Being a beacon of hope for
Being
people.
a beacon of light. Yeah, well, so wait, what was the question?
I don't know. Oh wait, we
touched.
touched.
Ugh.
We touched.
This is dripping everywhere. It's like the most viscous hand sanitizer.
Okay, so we're back from commercial.
We're back from our... This episode is sponsored by S.A.R.A hand sanitizer, brought to you in the wrong bottle.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about how you can maintain positivity and all that good stuff. It's really hard for us. We're not the most positive people in the world.
We're so grumpy today. No, it's funny. I didn't mean to sigh as you said that. But you know, it is really important, like specifically for entertainers, because like if you go back to basically the origin of my job, right, a street performer or like a jester,
Yeah.
like the king wouldn't even announce bad news unless the jester was there. And I feel like as entertainers, it's our job, like literally, it's our job to like be that light.
I'd say like
Yes.
comedians as well have a really big response to COVID, especially Trevor Noah, Jimmy Kimmel. They're all
yeah.
doing things from their home offices right now, making TV shows
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Kind of like this.
Kind of like this, a little bit higher production quality, but
You know, I mean, we got hand sanitizer.
got a hand sanitizer. Tell me, how's this impact? Obviously, you're not able to do performances right now. How is this impacting your financials?
Yeah, well, it's definitely making me grateful for all the work I've done as a businesswoman and like looking at my finances over the past 7 years that I've been doing this full time. It's impacting it a lot. Every gig I've had between now and the end of June has been canceled. So not only am I losing several months of income, but Fanuel Hall is closed, so I can't even do street shows there. So that's a lot to take in, right? And I'm not the only person. That's pretty much every like full-time performer I've talked to is in that situation. But luckily, as I said, like I've done as a freelancer in a weird niche market, I'm kind of always prepared for something to go wrong. You know, it could be like an injury, you could get sick, you never know. And so luckily I have a little safety net to catch myself during this time.
There is a link that I'll be putting in the description of this video that is a way of writing to your congressional people about adding performers to a stimulus package of some sort.
There's a few
A lot of performers aren't employed.
Yeah, we're basically all freelancers.
Freelancers, exactly.
Yeah, but there are a lot of, well, I say a lot. There happens to exist more than one grant for artists specifically in this area.
Yeah.
And there's steps we can take, like, you know, sending these letters out, which are already written, and you just put your name and the subject head.
It's basically like a petition.
Yeah, exactly. And now's the best time to do that, because what else are you doing? You're watching YouTube. Like, go do something useful.
Yeah.
How to get a grant.
Help your performers out. A lot of people are turning to YouTube, to Netflix, Hulu, all those outlets for different types of media, and all of those people who, well, not all of them, but a majority of the performers, actors that you see in these things would be part of that financial relief. So help them out, because they're helping you out by giving you something to do when you are home alone.
I would add in that like the same people who are being the most affected by the changes in economy and just like general everyday life right now are also the same people that if you run an event, they're the first ones you ask to work for free or work than less than they should be paid. And like I've definitely done a ton of gigs where I was, either earlier in my career or it was like some kind of charity benefit or something I believed in where I did work for free, and like we all do that, right? And it's really nice if it can come back to us a little bit. It's not expected, but it's very helpful.
All those people, all those event staff that are asking us to work for exposure. Oh, we'll give you exposure now.
Gloves are off.
Gloves are off. Yeah.
Wow. Did you put those on just to make that joke?
No, I didn't. That was just just ripping here with you, Sarah.
Wow, my ears are hitting my face.
Body care. What are you doing to take care of your body? How are you maintaining this fine physique, Sarah?
Thank you. I've been drinking heavily.
Water. Lots of water.
Lots of water.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. So let's talk about. I got. This is way too much fun. Body care during coronavirus is. I mean, it's more important now, right? Like if we have bad physical health, we're more likely to get sick. We're more likely to be kind of anxious and kind of depressed. So I think, especially not having our practice spaces like this, it's a great time to like revisit the 90s and do like insanity workout, or really, if you have a circus school like this one that's giving free content, like use it and use this time to not only like kind of declutter whatever's going in your body, but just to focus, take care of
Everything.
I think that was a little bit of nonsense, but
No, it's fine. How about, like, how are you eating?
I'm actually eating really well. I love cooking. Since we've been basically on lockdown, I have made not one, not two, but 7 loaves of fresh artisan bread in a Dutch oven. Made several curries, soups. Like, I've been eating really, really well because I have more time at home to cook. Oh, there's hand sanitizer on that.
Oh, I'm
My
sorry.
mouth is 99.9% germ-free.
I was gonna tell you what I've been doing.
Oh, yeah.
I've been ordering every other day takeout because I've heard that this helps people, businesses like restaurants.
Yeah.
There are a lot of places around here that I don't want to see shut down, like Cabot's and
Rose's Chinese Deluxe in Medford.
Exactly.
Favorite.
So good. So you can support those restaurants by ordering takeout, and then they just kind of like drop it on your sidewalk and then like walk away.
Back away from the takeout bag.
So what are some easy action steps that other performers can do right now? Is that the question?
That seems like a good question.
Okay, let's try again. Hang on.
Okay.
Reset. So what are some easy action steps that you can do as a performer right now?
I would say first and foremost, business as usual. So like gigs are getting canceled. That's part of gig economy. I don't want to say get used to it, but get used to it and don't let that stop you from your outgoing funnel or like reaching out to prospective clients. Number 2, use this as a forced creation time, right? Maybe it's on YouTube, maybe it's on Facebook, like whatever creative project you've been thinking of doing that you haven't done because you're too busy or you have too many shows, now is definitely the time to do it. And I would say there's one other easy action step. It's just to like chill the F out. Just try and stay calm, do whatever makes your body feel good, take care of your mental health, and just know this is gonna pass and be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, also make a financial plan. If people don't have a financial plan yet, as a performer especially, you need to do that.
I think that's a great thing to do. Like if you have space or if you have a backyard or something, take a notebook out, start jotting down ideas, things that you want to work on. I'm working on 5 Club right now, which is great.
And I'm finally working on 5 Balls.
Woo! Woo! High 5. All right. And I think that just wraps up about everything that we wanted to talk about.
I think so.
Share this. Share everything. Okay. On that note, thanks for coming in. And oh, it got in my eye. Oh. What? Oh my goodness. Okay. I think we're gonna cut it there.
So yeah, that was a brief interview with Sara Kunz, the Flyin Hawaiian from Fanuel Hall. Happy to say that she is returning to gig work starting this weekend, and it is May 10th, 2021. How time flies. If you enjoyed this video and liked the content, feel free to give it a like, show us some support, and consider subscribing to this channel. I will be doing more interviews with more performers starting this month, actually. So keep an eye out for that. The next person I'm interviewing is pretty wild. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.